welcome back everybody. I hope you had a nice break. So let's continue and look at the challenges posed by the components of the macro environment. So let's focus first on the political environment. Now, when we refer to the political environment, look at this little remember block on the side of your screen. We also include, of course, the institutions or the institutional environment. So our political environment refers to the government, its institutions, and all the actions and decisions that they make that can have an influence on our business. So these are a few examples of decisions or political environmental factors rather, and the challenges they can pose to your business. So our first example might be the government policy. So what may happen is that the government will make a policy or a law that can influence your business. And this can pose a challenge to your business because changes that government make means that you have to change something in your business. For example, we used to be able to smoke in restaurants. Now, because of laws made by government, no restaurant is allowed to have people smoke inside. And this will maybe decrease your customers. So that's an example of government policy. A second example of a political environmental factor is political instability. So political instability or unrest will be an example, for example, will be strikes. So if there is a lot of strikes in a country or in a specific sector, that means that sometimes people don't want to invest money in those businesses or in those sectors. So strikes will impact investment as well as economic growth. So this means that if your business is impacted by these strikes, you will have delays in your productivity because, of course, there will not be employees to be productive. So strikes means less productivity for your business. So that is a second example of political environmental factors. The third example then will be, of course, corruption. Corruption meaning somebody in the business is stealing or embezzling money. Corruption means that there's a direct impact on the implementation of a law or a specific rule in your business. So somebody is not adhering to rules and laws. So what happens? If there is corruption in your business, your shareholders or your investors might lose trust or confidence in your business, and they will withdraw their money from the business. So corruption then will impact on the investment of your business. So this is examples of factors that can be classified as political environmental factors: government policy, political instability, or corruption. So let's continue to look at some of our economical environmental examples. So economic environmental examples rather will be inflation, interest rate, or exchange rate. These are terms we looked at in our new words. So inflation rate will of course be that the prices are increasing, which means that the value of money is decreasing. So businesses will have inflation, which means that their suppliers will ask more increased prices for their products. The value of our money is becoming less and everything is becoming more expensive. So the challenge will be that there is rising costs for our business due to this inflation. And this can then impact your sales in your business and of course your profitability. A second example then of our economical environment is interest rates. Interest rates, of course, being the cost of capital for your business. If you have a loan or you borrowed money, then interest rate will be the cost of paying that money back. So if there is high interest rates, then this means that the loans you as a business have gotten from banks will become more expensive. And this will pose a very big challenge to a business. Our third economic environmental example here then is exchange rate, which is of course the price in this instance of our rand as currency in terms of another currency. So if we are importing products, for example, from America, and there is a very weak rand, so the exchange rate is very expensive, then we will pay more for our products. So the challenge means that if there's any fluctuations or differences in foreign currency, we will not be able to import as much products as it was when the currency was stronger. So these are a few examples then of different economical factors and the challenges it can pose to a business. So let's continue on to the challenges of our social environmental factors. Of course, our social component includes then our cultural and demographic environment. So look at this little block at the right-hand side. Remember, social environment always includes demographic environment and the cultural environment of your consumers or of your community. So a few examples of social environmental factors can be social issues. Sometimes it's also referred to as socio-economic issues. This is of course then issues such as poverty, unemployment, and crime. And it can pose challenges to your business because it's affecting your consumers. If your consumers are poverty-stricken, they of course will not have money to buy your products or obtain your service. So they will not be able to spend money on your business. And this then will decrease your profits. So this will impact the business profitability. So that's the impact then of social issues. Our second example here is health issues. Issues such as HIV and AIDS or TB. Maybe some of your employees are HIV positive or have AIDS or TB, which means that they will not be able to work as hard and as frequently as healthy employees. So serious health issues have a very negative impact on your business because your employee productivity will then of course decrease. It will go down and they won't be as productive as usual. Our last example then of social environmental factors is low levels of literacy. So a lot of people in South Africa are very poorly educated and are unskilled. If they are unskilled, it means that they will not be able to get a good job. And if they can't get a good job, they won't get good income. So the challenge will be that our customers will not be able to afford our products because they can't get a good income, because they can't get a good job. So these are just a few examples of social environmental factors and the challenges they pose for your business. Now, before we continue to our last components, I think we should take a short break.